Hello. Today, if you didn't already guess, I'm going to be showing you how to do a blowout on your own hair, but specifically for like wavy, curly, frizzy hair. I have curly hair, but because it's bleached, it's not as curly as it used to be. And so it takes a little bit of extra work to get it to be that smooth 90s blowout that everybody wants to achieve in 10 minutes. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to take you 10 minutes, especially if you have long hair like I do. So I'm going to show you how I do mine. And first things first, I start off with clean washed hair. I prepped my hair with a leave-in conditioner that I sprayed in it all over, and then I brush through my hair gently. If you have long tangly hair, don't rip through it. It's not good for your hair. You'll end up with more breakage that way. So just start brushing from the bottom and work your way up and just be gentle. Then what I end up doing is putting some hair oil in it. One of my favorites is the Olaplex bonding oil. And then after that, I just sprayed in a heat protectant spray that is also supposed to remove frizz. Then what you have to do, if you're gonna give yourself a blowout, no matter what type of hair you have, is wait a little bit. At least wait for your hair to become not completely dry, but damp. And my hair is especially damp in the back. It's kind of dry in the front, but I'm just gonna use a spray bottle with water in it to fix that. To blow dry my hair, I'm gonna be using a Conair Infinity Pro blow dryer brush. I think it's titanium, which is better for frizz, if I'm not mistaken. It's from Amazon. It's a round shape, so it gives you quite a nice curl in your hair. It works pretty well. I really like it. A trick when you have frizzy, curly hair that's difficult to smooth out with just a blow dryer and a brush. I can't do that myself. It's really hard to do it on your own. So the best thing to do is to have a plugged-in straightener ready to burn someone at a moment's notice. And I'll show you how I use it. We're gonna start off with the top sections because I want this to stay in the rollers as long as possible. It's also just easier to work from the top down, because if you start from the bottom and then you lay the next section of your hair over top of the rollers, because they're Velcro rollers, it can just stick. It's harder to do it that way. This is a look. If your hair is ever a little bit too dry, just spritz it with a bit of water. I'm gonna put my blow dryer on the high setting, blow dry it, and try to get a little bit of a curl at the end. I turned this off so that you could hear me, but I'm going to put it up to the low setting, and I'm just going to run my straightener at the top of the section just so that it smooths it out as much as possible. Otherwise, I just always end up with frizz. Then when you're done with that piece, make sure that it's still hot and just put your Velcro roller in. Take a little pin that's supposed to not crease your hair, and I hate these pins. They are Velcro rollers, so they're supposed to stick on their own, but can't trust nobody. I'm gonna do the same with the rest of that section. You don't want your hair to be soaking wet when you go to blow dryer with that blow dryer brush or however you're blow drying it, because if your hair is just super wet and you go over and over and over it with the blow dryer to get it to be dry, you're just damaging your hair more. So it's better if you wait until your hair is like damp and not completely dry, not completely wet, and then you go over it less times with the blow dryer. Literally, no one tells you how hard it is to put rollers in your hair. The first time I did it, I had to get my mom's help for the back of my head. And I was like, this is so much work. I am never doing this again. I hate my life. I'm hot. I'm sweating. My arms hurt. And then when I took the hair out of the rollers, it looked so good that I was like, I'm gonna be suffering through this again to get this look. When you blow dry with a brush and you go on top of the hair like this, it gets rid of frizz, but if you go underneath, it creates a bit more frizz, but it adds volume. So I kind of do like a mixture of both and just hope that my straightener will help with the frizz if there is any. So I'm just gonna continue suffering. Once there are curlers everywhere, it's hard for me to get to right at the root. That's why the straightener comes in handy. I promise it's worth it. It's just more work to get it all smooth for curly, frizzy hair. Also, Velcro rollers that say self-stick, don't believe them. For these bottom pieces, it's like really not that necessary to put rollers because you don't need that much volume at the bottom. I might just do it for fun. I don't know. I'm just gonna spray a little bit of dry shampoo into the rollers, and this is a trick I learned from a YouTuber named Kaylee Boyle, just so that you have dry shampoo in your hair ready to absorb oil as soon as it gets oily, rather than putting it in your hair when your hair is oily. So now all that's left to do is wait. I'm gonna leave these in for as long as possible, so for a few hours, and then I'll be back to show you the end result. It's been a few hours and it's time to reveal what our suffering has led to. When you take out Velcro rollers, just be careful not to pull too hard, because otherwise you'll just pull out your hair. Oh my. So then this is what it ends up looking like, which, I mean, it's worth the struggle, honestly. It looks so good. If any pieces near the roots need to be touched up with a straightener, then I just do that now, but I feel like it's good. You could always also add some hairspray. I don't want to make my hair super hard, so I'll just do a little bit. Add more dry shampoo right away. You could brush it out, but I'm not going to because I want it to hold as much as possible, because my hair always ends up falling a little bit. Like the volume won't last super long. It'll last like today, but then as soon as I sleep on it, it'll go away. I hope this has helped you if you struggle with giving yourself a blowout if your hair is super frizzy or curly. I hope you enjoyed my suffering. Thanks for watching if you're here. Bye.